Hey, MMA Homie Podcast, West Coast Radio with here, Charles InnerG Johnson. What's up, Playboy?
What up, baby? How you doing?
Hey, we're glad to get you in. I'm gonna baptize you into West Coast Radio here. What
Hey,
we're gonna do, this is our first ever UFC MMA rapid fire. We usually do it for rappers, but we're gonna just kick it off. Kendrick or Drake?
it's neither. J. Cole.
Oh, okay, coming in hot right at the start. Bloodsport or Enter the Dragon?
I've watched Bloodsport more, but Enter the Dragon for the coach.
All right, here's a tough one. Michael Buffer or Bruce Buffer?
I mean, Bruce, of course. Mike's been around for a long time,
Hey, that's the older brother, right?
but Bruce got the clout.
Right. Apple or
Hey,
Android?
you ever seen Bruce warming up? That motherfucker different. He
Hey,
built it.
he in it. He in it. Yeah. Apple or Android?
Apple, of course.
NFL or NBA?
NFL all day.
Okay, who's your team?
Philly.
The Eagles. All right. Ooh, I like this question. So, in between rounds, stand or sit?
It depends. If I'm still trying to whoop somebody's ass, probably standing, but sitting if I'm chilling.
Tyson or Ali?
Um, Roy Jones.
He's going off the cuts. All right, I like it. Tupac or Biggie?
Pac.
Pac.
But
We'll
it
have to
just
leave you on this
depend
one.
on what you're trying to vibe with.
All right, I'll leave you on this one. Dustin or Islam?
DP for the culture.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Man, I want him to win so bad, dog. Thank you for jumping on with us.
Sir.
I am doing a little bit of research, but at the same time, I just wanted to learn on the spot. And let's talk a little bit about Octagon Selects. One thing I was interested in the UFC. It's all any loss you've had came down to a decision.
Yeah.
Like no subs, no knockouts. Like it came down to that final fucking judge. Like fuck.
Yeah, so a couple of my fights, people feel like I should be like I'm 4-4 in the promotions. A lot of people feel like I should be 6-2 or 5-2-1 with a draw. Because when I fought Estevam 3 fights ago, he held me for 2 rounds, didn't do much, and then third round I beat the shit out of him, and then it went to decision for him. But everybody felt like I won the fight, and it was like, if anything, let's just rule it a draw because that guy did nothing to him, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
How
Most of my
irritating
fights
is
go
that?
to a decision.
But how irritating is that? Because I mean, I don't think people understand there's money behind your training camps. That's not
Yeah,
like to go to the gym and to get nutrition, all the things it takes to get to that point. That's not free.
yeah, man. It's we lose a third of our check from camps to paying managements, paying coaches, to taking care of our team, to handling things for travel during camp, training purposes, take care of our body recovery. We don't have big facilities like the NFL or big sports. We have the UFC PI if you can get to it in Vegas, but if you can't, you gotta
Right. It's on you.
spend that money wherever city, wherever you at, in America. So it is very costly, and then for me, my last fight was at home in St. Louis, so you want to get your family and friends out.
Right.
So you got to put your people up in Airbnbs, and you got to handle these things. And I usually do a good job now. I'm 8 fights in. I've learned the process of figuring out what made fight week easiest for me, was make sure I had all that shit was taken care of well before the fight.
So you
And
just
I've done
focus.
that. I've done that since I got in, but I've just like fixed it each fight, learn work better, how I want my week to go, and as I make more money, I can handle more things. But man, to answer the question, yeah, man, like it's tough being on the wrong end of decisions and not seeing that second half of your paycheck. And my first UFC fight, I made $7,000, so it's like you're fighting on TV, ESPN Plus, and people think you're fucking making thousands and
I would have
hundreds.
thought 50, bro. To be honest with you, I would have thought
Made
50 out top.
My contract was 12-12. I lost the fight, so I only got paid 12. I fought in London. I had to pay for travel. I had to pay for my third cornerman, and then I only seen about close to $8,000
And that's not including
when
taxes
I
and
got
shit?
home, and it felt like shit, all the way around. And it's just, now I'm doing much better.
Yeah.
I'm on my third contract. I've earned this contract. I've earned my way through my contracts and fought my way through contracts. So now I'm starting to see my next contract. I should be looking at six figures every fight, so regardless win, lose or draw, so
Right.
I'm very thankful right now, man. But I've earned every bit of it and worked my ass off to get there.
The grind is real.
Yeah, it's a lot different than another major sport where like practice players in the NFL get paid 300. They get paid close to 300 just to be. They
Right.
don't
Just to
ever
be
see.
there.
They don't ever see the field. They
Right.
just practice team. They just scout looks. The motherfuckers getting paid 300 grand. So like when you look at the context of things, that's 300 for the year. But I have potential to make 300 for the year too in 3 fights, or more. But the sport is still in its infancy, especially when it comes to the payouts. They're trying to, leverage these big media. We just got ESPN a couple years ago, so we're just now getting back into arenas and stuff like that. So since COVID, that kind of put a hiccup for everyone. So, but
Mhm.
all those other major sports already had TV deals and stuff. So MMA is just now starting to, people are comfortable with it now. It's the fastest growing sport. People love it. We're watching more than boxing, but it's as far as the money goes, it's not rooted in mafia and crime and old money like
Right.
boxing and sports has been around. So like it's gonna take a little bit of time. Maybe 10 years from now, when I'm coaching someone, that's when they'll be making millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm. And now we wanted to give a shout out to the gym that you're at. What gym are you at, bro?
Yeah, I train out of Murcielago MMA here in Lansing, Michigan. And when I'm home, I train out of St. Charles MMA in St. Louis, Missouri.
All right, all
Um,
right.
my original coach, he was in my corner for the St. Louis fight, Mike Rogers, OG of the fight game in Midwest. People know who he is. And yeah, man, I've been grinding out here for about three years now with this team, Coach Joaquin Rodriguez, and he's like a father figure to me, and my strength and conditioning
And you
coach,
grew up in St.
Justin
Louis?
Harden. Yeah, I grew up in St. Louis when I was 4 years old. So basically not born there, but raised there and all over the city and to the county, and graduated high school there and then went to college for
All
sports.
right.
But here Lansing's been home for the last 3 years, and so
You cool
it's
with
I'm excited, man.
you cool with Hill?
Who?
Hill?
Jamal?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Grand Rapids, so it's about 45, 50 minutes from us, but pretty much all the Midwest and Michigan boys, we all cool. So
That's
like
what's up.
everybody roots for each other. Like 2 fights ago when I fought undefeated kid and beat him, Jamal was actually at the venue rooting for me. They panned to him in the crowd and he talking. You can see him, he talking to me and stuff. So like
Hey,
we
what
all
up?
cool. It's a
Hey,
it's a
what up?
brotherhood.
No,
Yeah, it's a
I love.
brotherhood.
Hey, bro, I love that you jumped on the podcast. When we created the MMA Homie podcast under West Coast Radio, we wanted to build it for the homies. We wanted to build it for the culture. Because every time I kind of looked at what was in this space, I was like, where is the culture in MMA? Maybe you can speak on it.
We building it like
All right.
Octagon Selects. That's what I'm doing. That's why
Yeah.
I'm doing this. I'm trying to build culture. You know, the UFC as a promotion as in its whole has took a lot of the self promotion and individuality away from the fighters when they're in the cage. Outside of the cage, they give us free reign. They let us say whatever we want. We have the best president in all of sports because they don't really give a fuck what we say.
Couple last questions for you. If you were
Hey,
if you were able to go back to when you first started your career and give yourself some advice, what would you tell the younger InnerG?
uh, I wouldn't tell him nothing, man, because that dude is what I am now, driven, dedicated. It just things didn't happen in the time that I wanted to. Other things happened, so but I was always focused. So I wouldn't tell him nothing. I just pat him on the back and tell him keep fucking going. Let's go.
Hella,
Got
hell,
it, you know.
let's go then.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Man, I appreciate you, brother.
Likewise, homie.
This is West Coast Radio,
Hella,
the
throw it
MMA
up. Hey,
homies. You
anytime
hear
you and
me?
Dago, bro, stroll through, doggy. We were like
Hey,
5 minutes
let's
from
get it.
downtown and
I
shit.
take a flight. You hear me? I ain't worried about it. But
Hey, I'll get you some
we
real
gotta you
Mexican
gotta
food,
get you gotta
doggy.
get you gotta get my boy Phil Rowe on here, man. And
Do
you
it,
gotta
set
get
it up.
guys. What you need to start doing
All right,
is
tell me,
get
tell me.
guys to freestyle on this motherfucker. Send us the beat,
Okay.
have us play with it, and
Okay.
bring us on and have us do like a little 20
Hey,
second
say less, dog.
freestyle.
I'm right. That
That's what
motherfucker.
you need to do. Cause me
I'm
and
a.
my boy Phil, we just be talking like, hey, people ain't trying to freestyle. Hey, this the MMA homies, this the radio. Let's
Hey,
get it. You
hey, that's
know what I'm
what. Hey,
saying?
what's the favorite beat? What's the beat?
It
Well, what
don't
beat would
matter.
you? If you had a
Send
beat though,
me
what would you
something.
pick?
Send me something classic. Send me some
All right,
anything.
all
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like
thinking Mob Deep off the
something
top of my
fun,
head.
bro. I got so much shit in my phone I play around and have fun with,
Hey,
man.
I
Like,
love it. And look at
yeah,
when you come here too. Look at we got the West Coast wheel. So up
yeah,
there, we got the freestyle session. So like, it's funny because the rappers they be sitting down and shit. Like we had Draco up in here, we had Slim 400 in here before he passed away
yeah.
too. And it's like when they get put on the spot, they're like, nah.
Nah. So like, what you do is how you handle that. Cause some
Tell
guys
me.
they don't want to get embarrassed. I don't want to get
Yeah,
embarrassed.
yeah,
You know,
that's what it is. Yeah.
I ain't really no freestyler. I'm a lyrical. I write my shit down. So what you do is you say, hey, I got these few
Fire.
beats. Pick one. And when we come on, that's the beat you put on, and we already got. I'm gonna read off my shit. I don't give a fuck because
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit
yeah,
gonna be
yeah, yeah.
fire. You know what I'm
Nothing
saying?
wrong
Like
with that.
I'm gonna just rep myself. You hear me? So like,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. Some guys read, some guys can freestyle. Like my little brother, he can freestyle off the dome all day, you know. But I'm more of a lyrical assassin.
Hey,
I
who's your
read.
favorite rapper?
You already know Cold
J.
World.
Cole? All right, all right,
You
all
know what I'm
right.
saying? What you mean?
I don't know, dog. Shit.
It ain't no other rapper for real out there. Everybody else, you know.
Ooh, we'd have to send that to J. Cole. Just that one clip right there. That one
Yeah.
clip right there. Well, bro, I,
Everybody else just following in line, you know. They about the wrong shit. Cole, he really about the people, you know.
you know what?
He the one.
It's interesting you say that because we have been poisoning ourselves. I've been poisoning myself with this shit, bro. Like had a brother pass away Christmas Day due to gang culture and shit.
I
I
hear that.
I've been in and out when I was younger and shit. And I just barely realized, bro, how much time I wasted. And I wish more youngsters, if I would want to make a clip go viral, I wish more youngsters that were in high school stopped the gang culture and got into a UFC gym, got into a boxing gym, got into some type of sports or athletics because it's all energy and it's just how you channel it. But when
Yeah.
you're so young and you get
And
caught,
that's what I'm building in St. Louis with STL Care and with the organizations that I'm starting to work with and build for the future is building facilities for these outlets that I ran track growing up. That was my outlet. But when it
Mhm.
came to we got recs and stuff, but they all old, you know, all old boys and girls club. They
Right?
old, they run down. They don't have the MMA. None of them have MMA in them, you know.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the sport, make sure you say when you say UFC gym, that's like people saying Toronto Raptors gym. No, it's like
Okay.
UFC is the promotion.
Right.
Sport is MMA. So I'm just educating you on
No,
that.
hey,
So when you talk, so people don't think that you just, you know what I'm saying? When you talk to people, say MMA gyms, right? And so that's what it is. And UFC is the promotion. Bellator is a promotion.
right.
Professional fight, PFL is a promotion. One championship is a promotion, right? But UFC just happens to be the biggest fight promotion in the
Like I
world.
would like it's like me saying NFL or like NBA or something.
Or it's like the Canadian Football League.
Right. No, I
You
feel
know
you.
what I'm saying?
No, I
Then you got the
appreciate that.
NFL, and then you got another, you know, XFL. Those three different promotions, but NFL is American football. You know, that's what we
Right.
about.
Right. Right. Now,
That's kind of what
hey,
it is.
share a game, bro. Hey, I'm all about learning. I'm all about learning. Believe that. Believe that.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna let you be out here with boogers on your lip. We good. We
Hey.
good.
Well, shit, bro. Like I said, I'm glad you jumped on with us. MMA Homie Podcast, West Coast Radio. Everybody, make sure to go check out Octagon Selects. Let them know the
Yes,
website,
sir.
how they can follow you.
Hey, yes, www.octagonselects.shop. We're gonna have a lot of dope shit coming, but follow at Dokugami, DOKUGAMI, or InnerG MMA _ UFC. And y'all gonna be in tune, and we're gonna be having some stuff coming out for the culture, for the MMA sports, the anime fans, you know, all that. We into all that. It's all about culture.
I was gonna ask what you bumping right now, but we already know it's J. Cole. We already know.
Oh yeah, man. I'm still on Might Not Delete Later, but it is. I think my favorite track on there is 3001 right now, but I don't know. I'm going through the list. I literally just listened to I don't listen to the radio, so I literally just listened
I
to
wouldn't listen to radio no more. Yeah.
I just listened to Kendrick Lamar's
The new
like
one.
that. Is that
Yeah,
the
like
name of
that.
it? Like
Yeah.
I just listened to that and I'm like, all right, it's a bop. I like it. It feel
The
good.
beat's
It's
hard. You know what I mean? It's
fun.
different.
It's
Yeah.
fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Busted on, and
but
that was
I ain't
busted.
for like people was asking me, you know, and this is what we was talking about, brother. I got time all day so we can talk. But this what we was talking about was like, you know, somebody asked me like, man, who you got? And you know, it's this person, it's that person. And I said from the jump, I was like, man, I'd be surprised if, cause I've been a J. Cole fan since 2009 in my dorm room at UAPB, listening to Friday Night Lights for the first time. He's been my, like, that's all I, every time anything, that's my guy since then. So
Hmm.
and he had, then I had to go back and find his older stuff, you know, but from the time all this shit jumped off, you know, I was like, man, I'd be surprised if Cole even respond, man. It's just like it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it. And then after he did, I was like, man, I'm still surprised he did, but this shit tight. I'm glad he did because I'm here for like the art of it, the artistry of it, the
Hmm.
because I know he gonna come at it from an artistic way, right? But then when he apologized, I was like, fuck, why you even say anything in the first place, right? Because I knew from the beginning it wasn't gonna sit right with him anyway, like because I knew how he talked about Kendrick all these years and Cole and Drake all these years. He like look at them as artists and look up to
Yeah.
them and shit a little bit and kind of try to keep the
There's a
feel like
respect level there.
this.
Yeah.
He tried to keep the feel like this. When he talk his shit in his rap, he just saying he feel he the best, you know, this, that, and the third. And he fine with that, but he ain't really for all that rah rah shit, right? So, you know, when somebody asked me, well, will you listen to that latest? I was like, I ain't listen to that shit. All them motherfuckers doing is sneak dissing and you know, turn each other down and diminishing all the dope shit they both have done. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause they both done some dope shit. And people, I don't know, they feed off of that. The culture feeds off of that, but it ain't needed, man. Like,
Bro,
but
I
that's
mean,
what get pushed. That's what get pushed in the
real,
industry.
hey, but real talk, TDE, Top Dog Entertainment, Drake's label, man, they've been having this shit premeditated months, bro. This shit just didn't happen just off the cusp and shit. Man, these are all just marketing tools and shit.
And
Like,
then you look at it and you're like, how much of it is it beef? How much is it marketing? It's a little beef, but it's a
yeah,
lot of
but I
marketing,
mean, I
you
mean,
know?
now that I've been doing what we've been doing and I see things, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, okay. Like when you see how the sausage is made and shit, and you see that this shit's all just premeditated, and you know, hey, for the entertainment purposes, I'm there for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But I think people like they're just getting the consumer wrapped in. So when they drop their next album, when they do this, they do that, they got that buzz already flowing. So I mean, it's building up a fight almost.
Yep, yep.
Almost building
And
up a
that's
fight.
and as a fighter, I understood the promotion in it
Right.
and the self promotion and the and you know, Cole been saying for a year, you know, the fall off. He been like pushing it off and everybody ear, you know what I'm saying? So it might not delete later, right? Might delete later, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what he fucking did. So, you know, like you know, it's cool, man. I try to stay away from it. It's all energy for me, and that's my name, you know. So it's all them vibrations, man. If I ain't rocking with it, you know, I kind of walk away from it.
You know, there's a lot of power to what you said about energy because I'm a true believer that as well. When I'm doing great things in my life, great things are coming. When I'm doing really bad things in my life, you know, the devil's on my side and shit. And but now I'm a true believer of that because I can see it and I can feel it, especially when I'm in a positive environment and everybody's collaborating and talking about A, B, and C. I'm like, damn, how do we all come together? Because the energy came together.
Yeah, somebody was putting that out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm that guy. I'm the guy
Yeah.
that does this with everybody. You hear me?
I'm the
So
same way, homie. I
um
am the same exact way, doggy.
yeah. So
Uh,
I heard Mike Tyson say I seen his clip and you probably seen it before. He was like, you know, he was talking. It was one of them little classic ones, and it's more recent in the last few years. But he said, "When you favored by God, you also favored by the devil." And I feel like that's one of the coldest shit he ever said. And I was like, that resonate with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you got to remember, when you being favored by God, you also being favored by the devil. So he gonna find that they're gonna try to test you and see what type of man you really are, what type of person you really are. If you gonna stand on who you say you are, or you
mhm.
gonna sway to that side. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I remind myself of that all the time, even when I don't have shit. When I was coming up and I made that 7K, and then I came across a family at a gas station, and this dude asked me for gas money and help him along the way, and I'm like, my mind, I'm like, shit, I ain't really got it, but then my heart, like, shit, you're gonna be blessed in another way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then I had these conversations with my wife. So that's just how I am, man. And if you can be aware and be mindful of that, and remember to keep people first, which is what I've that's just who I am, man, then everything gonna keep falling your way.
Hey, that part right there. Hey, I can't wait to see who they line up for you next, who you call out next. I'm gonna be there
Yes,
for it, man.
sir.
I appreciate you.